of the session, a feedback form will be posted in the chat box. Please fill it out before you leave to receive your e-certificates. Shall we start the session, sir?
Yeah, please.
Now let's begin the session with the welcome note. Good morning to one and all present here. Thank you for your presence and for spending your precious time to attend the session, which is awaiting you to give the knowledge which you couldn't mind taking back to yourself.
Hey Sanjana, are you familiar with the IEEE St. Joseph's College of Engineering student branch?
Yes, Ari, I'm quite acquainted with them. I follow their activities closely on social media and they consistently hosting interesting and wonderful events. Today, they are conducting a season called ERUDITE Season 9.
Wow, that's interesting. By the way, what does the erudite mean?
Well, erudite refers to someone who is highly educated, cultured, and knowledge across various subjects. In this context, it implies that the speaker for today's session is exceptionally well-versed and sophisticated in their expertise.
Yeah, it's part of the Session 9 series, an international webinar series that has already seen 8 successful sessions. They bring together keynote speakers from speakers all over the world.
Yeah, today's speaker is Dr. Jayaraman Munusamy sir, who is a luminary in the field of business administration, education, and corporate leadership. I am Sanjana and my co-host Hari Prasad, and it's our privilege to guide you through this captivating journey into the vast expanse of knowledge.
Let's start this session with our speaker's welcome note. Ladies and gentlemen, it's our pleasure to welcome our distinguished speaker for today, Dr. Jayaraman Munusamy sir. Dr. Jayaraman sir brings a wealth of experience and expertise in various domains, including association management, international business, banking, and finance. With an illustrious academic journey, Professor Dr. Munusamy earned his stripes with a bachelor's degree in management and economics from the University of Science of Malaysia, followed by a master's degree in business administration from the esteemed University of Bath, England. His academic odyssey culminated in a doctorate degree in business administration, once again from USM. Equipped with a zeal of teaching, Professor Dr. Munusamy honed his skills further with a diploma in teaching from Seri Kota Teacher Training College, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. His dedication to excellence is exemplified by a certification as a black belt in Six Sigma methodologies from the Leadership Institute of Johnson Control Incorporated, USA, and is a certified corporate trainer by the Human Resource Development Corporation of Malaysia. In his extensive 28-year corporate journey, Professor Dr. Munusamy served as beacon of efficiency and innovation. As a Six Sigma regional manager for Johnson Controls Group of companies in the Asia-Pacific region, he orchestrated operational excellence. His prowess in marketing management was demonstrated during his tenure as both B2B and B2C marketing manager for prominent companies in Malaysia. Transitioning seamlessly into academia, Professor Dr. Munusamy has contributed significantly to higher education over the past 17 years. His roles as professor, director, and dean across various institutions in Malaysia reflect his commitment to nurturing the next generation of business leaders. A prolific author and researcher, Professor Dr. Munusamy has left an incredible mark on scholarly discourse. With over 100 research articles in reputable international journals, an equal number in conference proceedings, and 11 published books on businesses and marketing, his intellectual footprint is profound. Beyond academia, Professor Dr. Munusamy is also an astute entrepreneur, currently serving as Chief Executive and Principal Consultant for Prosight Solutions Sdn BHT, a distinguished training provider under HRD Corporation, Malaysia. Today, we are honored to host Professor Dr. Munusamy sir, whose wealth of knowledge and experience promises to enlighten and inspire us all. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to our esteemed speaker. Now the session is all yours, sir.
Vanakkam and warm greetings to the Master of Ceremony. and Dr. Vadi Seshagiri Rao, the principal of St. Joseph's College of Engineering, Chennai, and Mr. Hari Prasad, the Joint Secretary of IEE of St. Joseph College of Engineering, and the esteemed engineering students of St. Joseph's College of Engineering, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. I'm delighted to have this opportunity to speak to all of you on the topic selected for your event, ERUDITE'24. Okay, I will begin with my session. Ladies and gentlemen, can you see the slides?
No, sir, it is not visible.
Just a minute. Can you see the slides?
No,
No?
sir.
Okay, can you see that?
Yes, sir, now it's visible.
Okay. I'll make it bigger. Okay, today's topic on lean management, the culture of continuous improvement at workplace. So basically, when you talk about lean management or Six Sigma, it has to become a culture in the organization. When it becomes a culture in the organization, then you can see that there is a continuous commitment and sustainability is maintained. Okay, let's move on. So today's talk, the scope will be.
Sir, your slides are not changing, sir. It's still in the first page.
Oh, yeah, but
Yes, sir.
it's moving, not moving.
Yeah, sir, it's not moving.
Now,
Sir, now we can see the changes in the slide.
oh, that means when I make it bigger, it doesn't.
Yeah,
You cannot
sir.
see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, then I leave it. Can you see this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it okay?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
All right.
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay, the scope of today's talk will be basically we look at the concept, what, why lean management, the principles of lean management, goals of lean management, types of ways, lean management tools, real life examples of lean management. We have just an hour. I will try to run through as fast as possible. Then you may have some time for question and answer. Then you'll be able to ask questions, so I could spend more time.
Okay, sir.
Okay, look at the concept of lean management. So the concept is basically talking about a methodology of eliminating waste. So when we remove the waste, automatically value is added to the customer. Okay, customer has a lot of values. They look for from a product a lot of values from services. Okay, I will explain the value on a later in the later slide. Let's move on. What and why lean management? What is the lean management? Okay, when we talk about lean management, we always look at the 4P model: philosophy, process, people, and problem solving. When we talk about philosophy, philosophy is long-term thinking and commitment in the organization. Okay, philosophy is something like a constitution implemented by various countries. A particular country has a constitution. Say if it is a democratic country, it has an institution, it has a constitution, and that constitution is a guiding principle for the implementation of democracy across the nation. So in the organization, philosophy is the guiding principle for long-term thinking and commitment towards lean management. So that is to continuously with the sustainability, the long-term philosophy. Every organization, the chief executive officer or the managing director may change, but the philosophy remains the same. So every new personnel come into the organization, they implement as per the philosophy. It's a long-term thinking. Next, process. So what is a process? When you go into the organization, whether functional areas, for example, functional areas like marketing, finance, accounting, purchasing, quality control, R&D, engineering. Okay, these are the functional departments. They support the manufacturing. And these functional departments, they call business processes. When you go into the production shop floor, we have the manufacturing processes. And then the third one is the operational processes, which is talk about the inbound and outbound logistics. So those are the three types of processes. And what need to be done on the processes is continuous improvement on the processes. So here, continuous improvement is a journey. It is not a destination. The third one is the people. So people in the organization, whether they are in the business function, whether they are in the manufacturing area, whether they are in the operational processes, everyone is people. And these people need to be developed continuously. So a lot of money must be put in the training so that the employees can be reskilled or upskilled. Reskill means you train them on the same area of specialties, or the upskilling means giving them a higher level of skills. So that is the continuous development of people. And last one is problem solving. So in the organization, the problem is like an opportunity to improve. So the problem found everywhere, whether they are in the business processes or manufacturing processes or in the operational processes. So it is found everywhere. So now what needs to be done is to understand the root cause of the problem. Only when we understand the root cause of the problem, we can come up with the appropriate solution. Okay, like a doctor, for example. So a patient goes to the doctor diagnoses the patient, and he really identifies what is the real problem for the sickness. And then only he can come out with the right prescription. So understand the root cause of the problem. So you look at this picture, an apple tree. So the opportunities, the opportunities are easily at your nearest place, like for example, on the ground. And then the next level is the hanging fruits. And then slightly in the middle level of the tree and on the top of the tree. So the opportunities for continuous improvement is found in the organization everywhere. So we need to, as an employee or people in the organization, need to identify where are these problems. Start from the nearest to the further. Okay. Okay. When earlier I mentioned about value for customers. When you talk about value for customers, there are hundreds of value for customers. Let's take in automotive industry. So what are the value for customers? When they buy a car, they look at quality. So who look for quality? Basically, people who buy Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Volvo, for example. Okay, it could be other cars too. So these are premium customers. Premium customers, they would like to pay for the quality. They enjoy with the quality, so they pay high price. So price is not a concern for them. The next is the cost segment. The customers in the cost segment, they always look for what is the best value for my money. Okay, and they'll always look for cars which can give them the lowest price. And they are satisfied with the lowest price, and they don't really look at quality so much. They compromise with the quality. And the last one is the last one is the design. Cars in the design segment, for example, like Toyota, Honda, they are in the design segment. Why? Because every 2 to 3 years, basically their product life cycle is shortened. Every 2 to 3 years, they come out with a new design. Why new design? Because they want to create excitement or create among their existing customers. So whenever the new design of a Toyota, Honda emerge in the market, they will trade in their old car and get a new one. And they love design. So, so you can see that people in the cost segment, people in the quality segment, people in the design segment, the customers, sorry. And of course, the delivery. People, when you book a car, you also look at when you can get the delivery of the car. Sometimes the car, certain cars, there is a high demand. Waiting period is 3 months or 6 months. And then some customers, they are not motivated to wait for that period of time. They may go for another option, which company can give them a fast delivery. Okay. And of course, another important aspect is after sales services. After sales services is that the reliability of your services. How reliable, say 1,000 kilometer service for a new car, and then goes with the 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 kilometer services. Are the service providers are reliable in terms of services? And of course, very important is availability of spare parts. Some cars in the market, imported cars, but parts are not available. So when the parts are not available, your car will be down. There's a lot of downtime with your car. You cannot drive. You have to wait for your parts imported by the service provider. So these are the various values when we look at in tangible products. When we look at services, customers always look for service quality. Okay, service quality, like for example, in say St. Joseph's College of Engineering. So actually, they are in educational service industry. They deliver services to the students. Okay, and say private hospital. They are in healthcare industry, healthcare services. They deliver healthcare services. Airline industry, hotel industry. Okay, and there are many other industries where they provide services. And what customer look for in the services? The rater. So the short form is rater: reliability, assurance, tangibles, empathy, and responsiveness. What is reliability? Say St. Joseph College of Engineering. Okay, so the quality of your programs is accredited by a qualification agency. Like in Malaysia, the Malaysian Qualification Agency, MQA. MQA is a body under the Ministry of Higher Education. And those public universities and private universities, all their diploma, bachelor, master's, doctorate, all their programs are accredited by MQA. So then the programs are assured as reliable. They are reliable providers. Whenever a student wants to come to Malaysia to look at an MBA education or masters in any field, they always look at which university is accredited by MQA. So that means reliable institution. Okay, next is assurance. Assurance is like in hospital industry. They have the best specialists, and these specialists, they come with their best skills, and these skills become the assurance for the patients. And whatever medical records kept are confidential by the hospital. That is assurance. In a college, in a university, the students' grades are kept in a confidential manner. That is the assurance given by the university. Next is tangibles. Tangibles there are two things. One is the human aspect. The other one is the technology aspect. The human aspect is the, say in the hospital, the specialists, the non-medical staff who provide services and all that. Everyone deals with the patients, and patient must see that this doctor is good. The doctor-patient communication is effective. The non-medical staff and the patient communication is effective. So that is tangible. That means the people in presence, they are providing touching services face to face. Next is the technology. Technology is all the machines. The CT scanner, for example, it is a high-tech machine, and patients look at it. Oh, this hospital has a good set of technologies. Okay, and next is the empathy. Empathy is caring. Just now I mentioned that what is the good level of doctor-patient communication, non-medical staff and patient communication. So what is how they speak to the patients? They respect the patient. They speak to them very gently. So that is empathy. Like service staff, when a customer comes, they say, "Good morning, sir. Can I help you, sir?" So that is showing empathy. And the last one is responsiveness. So any queries, any complaints, the service provider come back with an answer quickly. How fast they respond to the client, the patient, the customer. Okay, so these are in service industry. Yeah. Okay. Principles of lean management. Okay, you can see on the right hand side, we have value stream, flow, pool, and perfection. So these are the 5 principles. Principle number 1, value from the customer perspective. Just now I explained in the automotive industry and also in the service industry, customers always, when a service provider or a company which sells products, they always must look at customer first and what the customer wants and design the product, design the services according to the customer perspective. Okay, I have already explained in lengthy just now. We will move on. Next, principle number 2 is the value stream. Stream is like, for example, a river flows from the mountain to the land and finally merge into the sea. Okay, so similarly, in the organization, say in the manufacturing plant, the raw material comes from the supplier, it goes into the production shop floor. Okay, and there are various processes and there are many operators in the production shop floor. It goes through the various process where adding value, or we call it as work in progress. Through work in progress, they add value to the raw material received, and finally it is converted into a finished product. So right from the raw material to the finished product, finished goods, lot of value is added by the operators in the various processes. Okay. Next, we look at the principle number 3, make the process flow. So here, processes must be created. For example, an operator 1, how he is going to do his job? He always refer to the standard operating procedure. We call the SOP. The SOP is actually hanged in front of him or her. And by looking at that, first time they look at it, and finally it becomes a memorized SOP for them. And they know because of behavioral practices, and they are able to do without seeing the SOP. And they do it with a careful consideration. And they also look at the quality aspect. And so the process flow, so finally it transforms inputs into the output. So what are the inputs in the production shop floor? The 4 M's. Firstly, the manpower. The operators are the manpower. They provide their services there, their action, their activity. And then we have the machine. The machine is used to convert the raw material into inventories. And inventories finally becomes the finished goods. The machine. First, manpower, the machine. Next is the material. You must have the material. So that the material becomes a to do the work in progress and convert into inventory. Inventory is converted into the finished product, the material. And lastly is the method. The method is basically the SOP, the standard operating procedure. So the 4 M's are the inputs and which produce the output. Output is the final product. Okay. Principle number 4, pull from the customer. Always remember that the lean management or lean principles follow pull from the customer. That means you make to order. You exactly follow what the customer wants according to the customer specification. Like in the automotive industry, the cars manufacturing plant or assembly plant, they will give the drawings, also give the specification, what is the upper control limit and the lower control limit. Sometimes if it is a safety item, the margin is very narrow between the upper control and lower control. Like in airline industry, every flight takes off, must be a zero defect. Okay. So when you say these, I'm very sad to say that yesterday there were two helicopters, Malaysian Armed Forces helicopters crashed yesterday, and killing 10 armed forces personnel who are very senior level people. So basically zero maintenance because it's highly safety. Okay. Let's move on to the next principle number 5, heading toward perfection. So here, perfection means eliminate all types of waste. When we talk about waste, there are 7 types of waste. I'll talk later. Optimize the process. Okay, so you cannot run any operation with quarter process, half process. It has to be optimized. So that optimization is important. So that efficiency comes in and effectiveness will be there. That means improve quality. When improve quality products goes to the customer, and customer satisfaction is enhanced. So when customer satisfaction is there, then there is effectiveness in the lean manufacturing. Okay, let's look at goals of lean management. How much time I have?
So still we are having half an hour, sir.
Half an hour. Okay, great. I'll move on. Okay, let's look at the goal number 1. Okay, you can see on the right hand side, there are 4 goals there. Reduce waste. So waste, I will talk to you later on waste. Next is cycle time. When you go into the production shop floor, you can see the cycle time will be haywire. The operator one, say in one particular process, there are 4 operators, and one operator, operator 1 maybe is a cycle time A, and B operator cycle time not same. It's lesser than the first operator, the third and the fourth. So the entire line is not balanced. So because of imbalance in the line, the cycle time is longer, and from the time raw material comes into the production shop floor and it goes to as a finished product, it takes longer time. And longer time means there are a lot of waste there. So we need to shorten the time, do the line balancing, so that cycle time becomes lesser, shortened, and the product goes to the marketplace faster. Okay, so that is the goal of lean management. Next is the improve quality. Quality is enhanced, of course, and there is a cost reduction, because a lot of wastage, when you reduce, cost is improved. That's why in organizations, they look at lean management or Six Sigma, whatever tools, just like wearing one shirt with 2 pockets. Left hand pocket, continuously improve. Right hand pocket, continuously increase sales. So what happens when the sales increases and continuous improvement takes place, they see a bigger margin. So compared to previous time, when the margin is smaller because of is eaten by many wasteful resources. Now the cost is improved. Many costs they have improved. Now the margin, their profit margin is increased. That is the main goal of every organization, survival of the organization in the marketplace. Okay. So improve process, developing work standards. Work standards means SOP, monitoring parts closely, so that some inspection taking place closely to see everything goes in a proper manner. And lastly is deploying technology. So when you deploy technology, for example, robotic manufacturing, say currently employees say a seed manufacturing plant. and you have, for the seats, you have to bend the metal, the wrought metal, you got to bend. So when they do it manually with the gadget and all that, a lot of quality problems takes place. So a lot of iron rod metals, they were thrown as waste. But the moment when you replace the manpower with the robots and you do the calibration, set the parameters for the robots to the upper and lower control limit, and robots will do accordingly, and you see zero defects, zero wastage. So then the quality is improved 100% over there. Eliminate waste. Okay. Eliminate waste. Okay, I will talk about later. And then, reduce total. Reduce cycle time. Okay, I already mentioned. Okay, just in time production, for example. Now, a lot of manufacturers, like in Malaysia, Proton, for example, they don't keep any warehouse, or at the unloading bay, they don't keep any inventories. Like a seat manufacturer, they deliver the seats, and the seats are transferred in conveyor, and the front seat and the rear seat goes directly to the, say, station number 33, and there are two operators, one for the front seat and the other one is for rear seat. They take it and install into the car. The line is actually moving. The car is not stationed there. The car line is moving, and they are very fast enough to install the seats immediately. So that is the just-in-time production. So a lot of cycle time is cut, and their waste is reduced, and quality is improved. And Kanban system is slightly lower improvement process, where I will talk later. Every technique I will talk later. Then continuous improvement, waste reduction reduces lead time. Okay, waste reduction reduces lead time. Okay, come back later. We have to move fast. And reduce total cost, eliminate unnecessary movement. Okay, these are the 7 types of waste. I will talk later. Okay, waste. You can see the waste here. What is a waste? Waste consumes time, resources. Resources means manpower, material, machine, method, and all that. And of course, space. For example, a manufacturing plant has a warehouse. There is a big warehouse which occupying almost quarter of the plant. Okay, so now because of just-in-time production, the manufacturer removed the warehouse, and now a big portion of that, a quarter portion of the manufacturing plant available, where you can put machines and you can put more processes over there, and the value stream is enlarged there, and the capacity is improved there. So there are a lot of opportunities for improvement. So space is saved. And just now the warehouse, actually, it does not add value in most of the situation. Okay. Let's move on. The 7 types of waste. Okay, you can see inventory. Inventory means exactly you produce. The inventory here means it's finished goods, for example. Finished goods, finished goods, or even the raw material. Raw material comes, say today your target is to produce 100 units of finished goods. And incoming people only should receive 100 raw material. Okay, 100 quantity of raw material, and these raw material will go into the production shop floor, and the yield through from the first operator to the last operator, the yield through should be 100%. That means come out with the 100 units of finished goods. So you don't produce anything more or anything less. Anything less will be a problem. The yield through, say yield through should be 100%, and the production operators, they did the work in progress. The yield through is only 80%. That means 20% there is a waste. So need to identify where the waste is and need to do continuous improvement. Next is overproduction. Earlier I mentioned pull factor of the customer. It means you cannot produce more than what the customer wants. If you produce more than what the customer wants, is a waste. Transport. You can't transport anything too often, like delivery from customer too many times. When say supplier supply to your organization too many times, and because of the number of trips, the cost increases, and you charge that cost into the raw material, and he transfer his cost to the manufacturer. So the cost is inflated. So now you got to arrange with the supplier, to supply a required quantity, so that the required quantity goes into the production shop floor, and finally finished goods. Okay, or transport, too much of a transport. And then next is movement of operators. The operators must be stationed at their workstation. They cannot be moving around to go and look for parts or trolleys or for anything. When they move around, their production time there's a downtime. So movement is a waste. And waiting. Say operator 1 still in progress. Operator 2 is waiting for the parts from operator 2. Waiting. It's a waste. Over-processing. That means, say in a production shop floor, there's only 4 processes. Only 4 processes should be done. And anything, there shouldn't be too many processes. Like for example, operator 1 does, and there are 5 units rejected. When 5 units rejected, and you put aside, and the 5 units need to be reworked. Reworked means over-processing. And rework means sometimes you have to do it in the evening. So operators must be given overtime. So overtime is a waste. And lastly is defects. Just mentioned about defects. So defects can be in any place in the organization. So defects must be some defects. Okay, earlier I mentioned about the metal bar for the seats. Okay, the iron rod for the seats, and all those rejected because of a quality problem. And those are defects. Okay. Okay, lean management tool. Let's look at the lean management tool. Okay, number 1, 5S visual workplace. This one probably you would have come across. In Japanese, we call seiri, then seiton, seiso, seiketsu, and shitsuke. Okay, seiri is like sorting. That means sorting means you sort out in your plan whatever things are unnecessary. Unnecessary items. It can be anything. Unnecessary items need to be identified and they must be disposed. Because too many things kept, they are actually occupying occupying the space in the organization, space in the manufacturing plant. So you can convert that space into capacity, bigger capacity. Like at home, for example, you may keep a lot of items which are obsolete items which are no longer required in the house. So you got to eradicate that. Okay, remove them, and then Saiton arrange all items in pool in all tools in a systematic manner. So in the organization, there are places where specifically designed, and all the tools must be placed accordingly. They have the pictorial view where you can put the tools on the pictures, so that easily you can hang it up there. And next, say so, cleaning and maintenance of workplace. Whether production manufacturing shop floor or whether at home, you need to do the cleaning. Okay. And then Seiketsu. Seiketsu is you standardize this as a continuous process. Responsibilities of employees, systematic procedure is established. Okay, who is going to do what, and what are the things need to be done. So everything is written, established. And lastly is Shitsuke. Shitsuke is the discipline. Okay, discipline. Why? Because remember I told you earlier the philosophy, the commitment, sustainability for long-term implementation. So it is says the 5S visual workplace. It is not a destination; it is a journey. Okay. Today in organization, they not only they have 5S, they have added the 6S, the spirit. Okay, the spirit. Spirit means the commitment, the passion, all those things, the attitude. So the spirit. Okay. Next, lean management tool number 2 is a value stream mapping. Okay, this is like, as you look at in the production shop floor, the bird eye view, you can see the entire value stream. Okay, where are the processes, where are the operators, and you can see where are the opportunities for improvement, where are the problems. You can identify the problems for continuous improvement. Okay. So outline from raw material supply to delivery of finished goods. Identify waste, action for elimination, and remove non-value-added processes. There are a lot of non-value-added. One is the warehouse, for example. Even quality inspectors, they are also non-value-added. For example, operator 1, 2, 3, 4, they are doing the work in progress. And in between, there are some quality inspectors. What is their job is to inspect quality. That means in-process quality. The in-process quality, say operator's responsibility is production, and quality inspector's responsibility is on quality control. You see, there are the functions have been separated. When the functions have been separated, the operator is not concerned about quality. So the quality is get rejected. So now what the quality management, instead of quality control, they must change the ideology to quality management. They must train the operators and give them the quality knowledge. So now in the operators, within the operator, there must be, I am responsible for the production of the product. I am also responsible for the quality of the product. So that means the quality is inbuilt in them. The moment the quality is inbuilt in them, and you see that production and quality goes together, now you can remove the quality inspectors. You can maintain the incoming quality. Raw materials coming, the incoming quality inspector check. Again, the quality management can educate the supplier's side about the quality. What they supply is 100% must be 100% quality raw material. They check the quality at their place and supply to the manufacturer. So you can remove the quality inspectors, incoming quality, in-process quality, even the outgoing quality, which the finished products he checks before delivery to customer. So that also can be removed if the finished goods is 100% quality is maintained. So these are the non-value added process. It doesn't add value to the product. So can be removed, cost can be reduced because their salary and all that. Okay, next is poka-yoke. So you can see the diagram. The two cylinders, the holes, when you fit it, it may not fit there because they are identical. You got to turn and all that. Whereas the right-hand cylinder, one is big, the other one small, easily can be fitted. So this poka-yoke not only found in the manufacturing, the employees keep on innovating new poka-yoke. Okay, when you buy a car, you drive a car, you must wear the seat belt. If you don't wear the seat belt, there is a sound. You must close the door. If you don't close the door, there is a sound. And then when you are driving the car and you park your car and the light is on, there is a sound. So these are poka-yoke, so that they prevent people from making mistake. Okay. Earlier, remember, I gave an example from the automotive component part supplier. The seat goes to the car assembly plant directly into the through the conveyor directly to the assembly, the station. Okay. So so the optimizes logistic operation and transport system. So first, the timely delivery of materials, parts, and finished goods to customer. The timely delivery is enhanced, on-time delivery. Okay. LM tool number 5, Kanban system. Okay, remember earlier I was talking about Kanban system. So you can see on the right-hand side the diagram. Supplier has the production shop floor. The production shop floor has first bin. Okay, the parts store second bin, and supplier factory third bin. Okay, this environment is actually the parts store is not a warehouse. It's a small parts store where the supplier delivers in, the parts in smaller parts, smaller automotive component parts. He put in the bin in a box and deliver to the customer's stock. It kept there, and supplier's duty is to always to check whether there is empty boxes at the stock, at the customer's stock, customer's part stock. And the part store always monitor the production shop floor whether there are empty. If there are empty, they quickly have to bring the empty and send the bin with the parts. So this is called Kanban system. And this Kanban system is very systematic. It also improves the cycle time. Okay, and ensures that never run out of inventories and maintain right quantity and no oversupply. Reduction of waste, no overproduction, unnecessary motion. Motion means moving around, defects, and overprocessing and waiting. Sorry. Okay, lean management tool number 6, total productive maintenance, or we call it as a TPM, total preventive maintenance. So preventive maintenance is basically the what they call maintenance engineers. Their job is to say the production shop floor is running, the various machines is running, and one day they stop the production, say for example Sunday, the maintenance engineers and technicians will go to the plant, they will service the machine, they will change the lubricant oil, they change the bolts, nuts, and all that. Say they do maintenance so that that machine runs for 24 hours, 6 days per week, and the machine downtime is not there. The machine downtime can be few minutes, it can be an hour, it can be a whole day, it can be a few days, and all affects production. The capacity is affected. So zero defect, zero breakdown, even accident. Like car manufacturing plants, they have a big tonnage of machine. You know, the car body they make, they buy the metal, and the metal cut and they send into the pressing machine, which is about 100 200 tons pressure. And what happens if maintenance staff mistakenly go do maintenance, and then the gadget is on, and the major industrial accident will take place. So total preventive maintenance or total productive maintenance must be maintained. Okay, real life example. Master of ceremony, how much time I have?
Still, you are having 5 minutes, sir.
Okay, I'll go through this one. The real life example number 1, where lean is implemented, cable manufacturing. Goal is a reduction of setup times, shorten lead time. Strategy, lean team to streamline machine setup and changeover requirements. Action, just in time manufacturing, balancing of raw material for manufacturing and assembly. Results, machine setup time reduced from 5 hours to 35 minutes. So see, so much of time. Even seat manufacturers, they have a mold where they make the polyurethane foam for the seats. And this polyurethane foam, that the mold, because of cars, they have different models, the front seat and the rear seat. Say a car manufacturer produce seat for Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Proton, Perodua, even Korean cars. So there are so many models, and they keep different types of molds. Okay, and these molds must be, the changeover time must be quick. Sometimes if they are not good enough, the changeover time can be longer, 1 hour. Some certain companies maybe half an hour. Some they can do it in 10 minutes. So the shorter the time, mold changing time, the more the cycle time is reduced. The setup time. Added 5 hours of additional uptime machine day. So much of a benefits there. Real example number 2, in banking, banks, they are actually involved in servicing. They provide services for their clients, the bank clients. Goal is eliminate process waste in operation areas. Strategy, process prioritization and selection of change agent, preliminary process analysis, Gamba walk and brainstorming. What is Gamba walk? Gamba means Gamba walk in Japanese. It is actually walking through the production shop floor, or walking, in this case, walking through the in the bank, walking through the bank to identify the processes and where the bottleneck in the process. And then a trainer, for example, myself, I will take all the banking stuff, we walk through and come back and do brainstorming. Where are the bottlenecks? Okay. Action, value stream mapping. Okay, we use the value stream mapping. Ishikawa diagram. Ishikawa is Dr. Ishikawa's method. We call the fishbone diagram, or we call fishbone diagram. or we call the Ishikawa diagram, for opportunities for improvement, where in this we do a lot of brainstorming. Results: process waste reduced, work standardization achieved, teamwork and continuous flow were optimized. Next, example 3, printing company. Goal is prevent late orders. Customers order and you are unable to supply because of your lead time, inventory pile up. Lean team to map an action plan. Okay, action, value stream was deployed. 5S maximize workflow to cater for cellular manufacturing. Results: on-time delivery increased to 95%, shorten lead times, improve inventory management, less waste of finished goods. Okay, next, hotel, improve service operations, lean tool used. Action, continuous improvement process, workshop and idea generation among all employees. ABC analysis, okay, reduction of time, distance for moving goods from hotel store, and spaghetti diagram, reduction of movement in housekeeping. 5S implemented in a maintenance store. Result: savings in time, distance reduced by 30%. Working conditions for employees improved. Customer service was improved significantly. Real life example number 5, warehouse. Reduce high operational cost of warehouse. Eliminate warehouse. Okay, here to eliminate the warehouse. Kanban system for just-in-time manufacturing. Staff training on Kanban system and 5S workplace practice. Result: warehouse was eliminated and other value-added activities. Other non-value-added activities were removed. 3 material stages were trained for high-level positions. That means these material stages were in the warehouse and they were removed from there and they were trained for higher level positions. Okay, conclusion. So lean management or lean principle or lean manufacturing is a methodology for continuous improvement initiative. Reduction of waste, cost and lead time. Quality is enhanced. Supply chain is shortened. Okay, value chain, remember value, the value stream is basically the supply chain. The upstream, then downstream. Upstream where raw material is received and it goes into the production shop floor, the various WIP process and all that, and finally finished goods. So that the entire thing is supply chain. The time goes to the customer. Actually, it starts from the inbound logistics, raw material either from local supplier or from the foreign supplier, from abroad. It starts from there, the supply chain ends to when we supply to the customer. That's the supply chain. The goal of supply chain is to shorten the supply chain and lead time is shortened and customer satisfaction is enhanced. Efficiency within an organization achieved. Organizational effectiveness reflected in the marketplace. So it's all about whatever improvement in the organization is efficient. Whatever experienced by the customer satisfaction is effectiveness. When there is effectiveness, the customer always come back to you to buy the product continuously. Okay, right. With that note, I've already done. So thank you very much to the Master of Ceremony, and I pass to you.
Thank you so much, sir. I wanted to express my gratitude for your engaging session on lean management. The 5 principles you highlighted, identifying customer value, streamlining processes, responding to demand, and striving for continuous improvement, were incredibly insightful. Your real-time examples brought these principles to life and inspired us to think critically about optimizing our own workflows. Thank you once again for sharing your expertise and practical knowledge, sir. We look forward to implementing these principles in our project, sir.
Excellent.
We have certain questions from the participants in the chat box, sir. May I help you to read those questions?
Yeah, please read.
The first question is from Harini Gopal. How can companies adapt lean management principles to remote or hybrid work environments?
Hybrid?
Hybrid work environments, sir.
Hybrid. You mean that hybrid? Like for example, is it sometimes working from a home?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Sometimes that's challenging. Actually, they're working from home. It has to be remember I told you about philosophy. The philosophy of the company is that every employee must be committed, must be motivated, must do the activity accordingly. If they are at home, they must do the same practices. They need to be at the station unless they want to ace themselves. And of course, the ergonomics is important. That means too much, like for example, IT staff, IT specialists, cyber security people, and all that. If most of them they are working from home, and if they sit on the chair for longer hours, it may affect their health. So they also affect their ergonomics, the body posture. So they have to move around, say maybe 1 or 2 hours time, every 1 hour, every 2 hours to move around and have a coffee or something at home, even workplace. So that need to be allowed. Otherwise, the employee motivation, employee push will not be there. And in the long term, the company will face a lot of medical problems. I know many companies, they have, once they go into a senior managerial position, 40s, 50s, they frequently go on medical leave. Why? Because they are not fit. They become unfit. Why? Because continuously working, sitting at one place, and they have neglected their ergonomics and other things. So, that's a good question. So when we do a lean management, we will take into account all these things. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer, sir. And
Yeah.
the next question is from Malini. What are some common challenges organizations face when adopting lean management practices, and how can they overcome them?
Excellent. I will give one example. The challenges are, see, like myself, when I was a regional manager for Six Sigma in the Asia plants in the uh, in the Asian market, Asia, I have to travel to China. Say, for example, China, there are 5 locations in China. One is Shenyang, that is a very northerly position. As you come down, you come to Beijing. Then Beijing towards south is the Shanghai. Towards internal up is Chongqing, and then you come down. You have Guangzhou. So these are the 5 locations. We have Johnson control plants over there. So whenever I go there, that I see the commitment of Chinese employees at the top level. Okay, and then when I communicate, I do communicate with them in English, but I had a translator who translates everything quickly. And whenever I start meeting or any say Gemba walk into the thing, everything, there is a total commitment, and their participation is so 100%, and punctuality for a particular meeting is on time. They don't give, they don't waste your time. Punctuality is so concerned. When I went to Japan, Japan, we have Nagoya. We got 4 plants over there. And over there, the Japanese, you don't need to talk to them. You don't need to talk bad about them. They are totally so well. That's the best people to learn. And they are highly committed and time management, everything very good. So their culture, see, the Chinese culture, the Japanese culture, of course, the Taiwanese culture too. Okay, the culture in the Far East, the compliance is 100%, the human compliance. But as we move towards West Asia, like coming to Johnson Control Plant in Thailand, in Malaysia, and then in India, and then I even went to Iran. I will tell you. Say in Malaysia, we have a barrier. Culture can be a barrier. So when come to time, maybe the meeting gets started half an hour late. Maybe they have give less emphasis on time management. But as you go towards India, from my experience, the commitment is there. But the meeting cannot be started. It's always get delayed. Okay, but that's not an issue. But the commitment is important, so that can be overcome. But I had challenges when I was in Iran. There was a car manufacturing plant there. I used to go there. Over there in the production shop floor, from Tehran, I got to fly from Malaysia to Tehran through Dubai. And from Tehran to the factory in the Borujet, it's about 8 hours journey by car. And only the next day we start the meeting. When we have a meeting, half a day or one whole day we spend meeting. And the electronic meeting board, everything is captured and printed and signed by all the leaders in the production shop floor. And the next day, when we are in the production shop floor to implement the various countermeasures, problem solving and continuous improvement, there will be a lot of objections. They said, cannot be implemented. Why? Why cannot be implemented? Oh, that was the countermeasure was discussed yesterday. That was yesterday. Today, we cannot implement. So, you see, the cultural barrier. They are, when they don't even give importance to the time. To sometimes to have the meet also is not, started, maybe postponed. So people give little value to the time, punctuality, and commitment to what we have decided. And these are the issues, the main issues, main challenges when come to continuous improvement, lean management, okay, or Six Sigma. So that is the reason the philosophy must be there. So whenever organization change, that management change, but philosophy goes on. Okay. I think I've answered the question.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your answer. And the next question is from Abin Raj.
Yeah.
How can organizations sustain momentum and motivation for continuous improvement over the long term?
Okay. So I just mentioned, that philosophy. I give example. Jack Welch. Jack Welch is actually he's General Motors, not General Motors. What company? I can't remember right now. Okay, that company. The what do you call? He's a CEO. Jack Welch is a CEO, and he goes into every meeting in the organization. his job is to ensure Six Sigma discussion goes on, and the project is implemented at the at the production shop floor, and he breathe in and breathe out Six Sigma, and so much of a commitment, and it cascaded down. The leader, the CEO, cascaded down that his commitment to the entire organization. Okay, and that organization is a fantastic organization, and there was a commitment. Okay, I give another example where I went and presented in a seminar. I presented one paper for Johnson Control. In that seminar, we had Motorola was there to present, and the other company I can't remember right now. Okay, that company was there, a speaker from there, and from Johnson Control, and then we also had a speaker from Samsung, and one speaker from Malaysian Airlines. All these people are, the speakers are basically, they are certified black belt. So the first company, second company, third company, and fourth company, when they presented the success story of Six Sigma implementation or lean management. That means total commitment, the entire organization sustainability is there, and they enjoy with a high profit margin. So those companies share the success story. But the last company, Malaysian Airlines, for example, this is only an example. He is certified black belt manager, and he was not happy, and he shared the sad story of Six Sigma implementation in the company. Why? Because from the CEO level, it is not committed. So the commitment is not started at the CEO level, and the entire organization, the various departments, various functions are not supporting the goals of Six Sigma department. This is the biggest barrier. So now, to have a long-term commitment, the CEO must believe, must breathe in, breathe out lean management or lean manufacturing or lean principle. Only then it can be cascaded down to the entire organization, and everyone is committed, everyone is passionate about it. Okay.
Thank you for your answer, sir. Yeah. And the last question is from myself. Could you share some examples of successful lean management implementations in various industries?
Yeah. Okay. Real life example number one. Cable manufacturing is a cable manufacturing plant. So I've gone through these. The reduction of setup time, shorten lead time to market. That means supply to the marketplace is shortened. Okay. Okay. Another example I give you. Shorten the lead time. Last time the R&D of Japanese companies, they used to make the platform, make the car platform, and make the car body, and finally launch a car. It takes about 36 months, about 3 years. But today, they use the chassis, the same chassis for different models. So the lead time for R&D is reduced over there. And then now the entire process from zero to a finished car, they can bring the car to the marketplace in 24 months. So you see, from 36 months to 24 months. So that lead time, the lead time is shortened. And with the new design, Toyota and Honda, with the new design goes to the market, and customers are kept motivated because they get new design. They trade in the old Toyota and get a new Toyota. So this is how the real life example takes place. Okay, and then next is banking. Eliminate process waste in operational areas. There'll be a lot of bottlenecks. You know, if when you go to the bank, you see that customer waiting. Why customer waiting? The processing, they are over processing and all that, many things. Now, you know, in the past, they used to fill up the forms and all that. Now, everything is, you can do it online, the forms and all that, whatever forms, or certain forms can be eradicated, not necessary. So everything can be shortened. Okay. Last time customers go to the bank, they are, you know, they do everything face to face. But now customers can do online banking, even mobile banking. I've done a lot of research and published papers in the. You can Google and search for it. Use my name Jayaraman Munusamy. So where the banking processes have been simplified, and now younger generation like you all, the Y and Z generation, the millennium generation, you have no time, no patience. You are not patient enough to go to the bank and then waste your time. You are so busy. You are multitasking. You know, if you are employed, you can do a lot of multitasking because your capability is much better than, like myself, is I'm a baby boomer. Okay, in between you are the Z generation, and then we are before that you have Y generation. Before that you have X generation, and comes to me that you know that the baby boomers. No, baby boomers will have a lot of limitation. So now you are in a technological world. Now we are faced with the industry 4.0. There's a lot of changes are coming. The changes are very fast. AI is coming and is going to cut every process, every you know, across that thing. So the lean, you know, AI going to assist the lean process and Six Sigma process. So it's going to be you know, significant changes in the manufacturing, service industries and all that. And then printing company prevents late orders, long lead time, inventory pile up. They cannot keep the inventory pile up there. Okay. And then hotel improves service operations. Service operation is like, you know, the back end where room services, then customer service, you know, customers in the hotel room, they call the, you know, service people, you know, to come and make the bed or what, and then supply water, whatever it is. So improve service operations. Customers cannot be waiting in their room for longer time. I have experienced checking into the hotel in I don't want to name the place. I went to the hotel, waited for 2 hours to check in. Okay, and then when I wanted to check out, also waited for another 2 hours. So it is actually total waste of time, and customers are dissatisfied. So you know, so we teach them how to do check-in and check-out, how to cut the lead time, and improve the services. Okay, and warehouse. Here, this example, warehouse totally removed. Like car manufacturing plants or assembly plant, you can go and see there. Now the warehouse is totally eradicated, removed. Okay. So these are the practical examples for you to share. Okay. Anything else?
No, sir. Thank you for answering the questions, sir. It was really an informative session for us. Now, I could like to call Mr. Rabin Raj to distribute a gesture of appreciation to our resource person of the day, Dr. Jayaraman Munusamy, sir. Kindly accept the e-memento as our token of gratitude, sir. One minute, sir. Kindly accept the e-memento, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I love this. Thank you very much for the empathy. My regards to every one of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And sir, with your permission, can we have a group picture?
Yeah, please. Please
I
go ahead.
request all the participants to turn on the camera.
You all look pretty and handsome boys, handsome guys, and handsome pretty ladies. You all, the Z generation, can make the change. The world can change entirely because of your innovative ideas.
Sure, sir. With your insight, we will do it, sir.
Yeah.
So on the countdown of 1, 2, 3, cheese. Thank you, sir. Thank you for capturing the moment.
Yeah.
So we bring the session to a close. Let's proceed with the vote of thanks.
Yeah.
On behalf of the entire ERUDITE'24 Season 90 and our student members, I extend our sincere gratitude for your enlightening presentation on lean management, the culture of continuous improvement at workplace. Your insights into leveraging IEEE resources to empower student members in their career pursuits were truly invaluable. Your expertise and passion have undoubtedly ignited inspiration and provided a roadmap for our students to navigate the path to success within the IEEE community and beyond. Thank you for your dedication to nurturing the next generation of leaders and for sharing your knowledge with us today, sir. Once again, thank you, Dr. Jayaraman Munusamy, sir, for your enlightening presentation and for being an exemplary role model for all of us. We look forward to applying the knowledge and insights gained today to drive positive changes in our own perspective endeavors, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Let's end the session with the participants' feedback. Participant feedback makes our forthcoming session more valuable. Now the feedback link will be posted in the chat box. Participants are kindly requested to fill out the feedback form before leaving the session to receive your e-certificate. Once again, thank you all.